I'm Lawrence Man, this is Ant Ward, and this is Glenn Southern. Nobody seems like talking today.
We're all knackered.
And we're just going into the event. So, we'll see you in there very, very shortly. Nobody wants to introduce themselves. And
see you later.
so here we are at Vertex, and it hasn't opened yet, and I am just having a little wander around before it does, which is quite cool. So the lads from Games Workshop are setting up down there. Glenn and Anne are having a look around the Imagine FX stall. PMY setting up there. Oculus are in the corner. Conference rooms down there, and there's a cafe, and I haven't been through to see what's down there yet. But all looks very exciting as everybody sets up. Well, this is the project room, apparently where I'll be talking later on. At the moment it's playing a Lovecraft audiobook, which is a tiny bit weird. And I've just been told that I'm not listed on the door to this, which is even weirder.
Yeah, you're on at 4, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on at 4, but apparently my name is Martin Nebler. Let's check the other room. Dum 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 dum. 2D workshop. Oh, Atom Hawk. I'm going home. I'm not listed. Let's check out this room. Yeah, this room's... See, this room looks more like the room that I thought I'd be in. It's got tables so people can actually follow along. Did that room have tables?
That other room?
Yeah, that didn't, did it? Just had chairs. This room I expected because people can follow along on their devices.
Yeah, but you're not listed, so that's a bit weird.
It is a bit weird, isn't it?
We need to investigate.
Let's investigate! Quickly! Yeah. But they kind of cleared it when we came in. They took our names and, yeah. I'll end up with you on that little table, won't I? So... Do you reckon they figured out that I'm not 3D yet? Do you reckon I'm going to be...
You're doing an hour and a half as well.
Oh, yeah. I knew I was doing 90 minutes. Am I going to be screwed when I get in there and don't do 3D?
If I came here and I was looking at 3D workshop, telling a story through detail, oh, he's going to be doing high detail stuff in ZBrush.
Yeah, ZBrush or Maya or something like that.
Well, at least we found where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but I'm not doing 3D. You're going to have to teach me. You got this morning to do detailed work in ZBrush.
Should we swap?
Yeah, but I'm in the wrong room. Right. I'm doing a bunk. Hey, you can have this t-shirt. But obviously I didn't do a bunk. I stuck around at Vertex, stayed and chatted to some very talented artists, some of the students there, and obviously went around the stalls and talked to Games Workshop, Wacom, Imagine FX, Box Computers, PMY, and all the other folks who were there that I've already mentioned, and a whole host of other people who were absolutely brilliant and amazing, you know, and even helped out, you know, kind of a lot of the people there who just wanted advice about 2D art as well. Obviously, I couldn't help out many of the people who wanted advice on 3D art. That did really weird me out the whole day while I was waiting to give my talk. I even thought about, you know, I had the HP X360 laptop, well, 2-in-1, with me that I was going to use for giving my talk, and I thought about, should I stick ZBrush on here and just kind of fake it, at least for the first 10 minutes. There was life drawing there. I sat down and did that for, just a couple of minutes there. Jason from Wacom was there, and I probably made a few more sales for Wacom that day than he did. I'm only joking, Jess. But yeah, Box Computers were there, and I've got a great interview with them. Hopefully I'm going to have some more interviews with the people I didn't actually get a chance to interview that day. I'm going to, reach out and chat to a few people as well. But now I'm literally just about to go on stage at Vertex, so I'll let you know how this goes in about an hour and a half. Yep, it's incredibly long, and I seem to have been talked into on-stage tutorials where most everybody else I know is doing Ask the Artist or just giving kind of a TED Talk on stage. So it looks like I've got another harder job, but cool, let's see how it goes. On the 3D stage, I'm a 2D artist, a bit worried of what people are going to expect of me. Never mind, don't mind the hard jobs. Let's just see how this goes. Unfortunately, I don't have any video footage yet of my lecture. I've reached out to the folks at Vertex and ImagineFX, and hopefully I'll get that video footage soon. I'll be able to upload that in a separate video. This one's very much just about, the start of the day and how it all kind of went overall. So yeah, I went the next day to the YouTube building, which is just down the road, and filmed a bit of a how it all went video. Unfortunately, the day was that windy that the audio came out really awful, so here you go, I'm dubbing it. Right, so how it went, it was absolutely great. I had the HP X360 which I was reviewing. I thought that would be a great way to kind of field test it, and it absolutely was. It was brilliant, but unfortunately I can't show you that because I don't have the video footage. The X360 went phenomenally well, worked perfectly. It was kind of the first real test of the device, and it didn't let me down during an hour and a half of my lecture, which was all about telling a story through detail. Now, what I actually did, I think was quite clever. Rather than starting from scratch, a blank canvas in front of a room full of 150 people, which is, can be a little nerve-wracking. What I did was I went in there with about 4 or 5 fully formed illustrations, and then I started drawing on top of those illustrations, adding detail to them to help tell a story, to help flesh that story out. And that worked really well. And I had these different illustrations. Now, I had the one illustration, the portrait of myself, which you saw me, if you watch my channel, you saw me draw on the Lenovo Yoga A940. I had an illustration of Trump. I had an illustration of our own Prime Minister, Theresa May. I had a couple more illustrations as well. One of a female robot. I just had a few different portrait illustrations, and the idea is to add details onto them, and we're telling a story. But it being Friday afternoon, it being the last lecture of the day, I wanted to keep it light. I wanted to keep things very interactive. Keep people entertained, so they weren't just slumping in their seats being like, is the day over yet? And that's what I did. And I let the audience lead the way. And I said, right, okay, you tell me the story. You tell me what we're adding to this illustration. So people were calling out things to add to the pictures, and I was letting them pick which pictures we used. So it would be good to have that kind of the video of the lecture, so you could see the whole thing. It was a bit funny, it was a bit strange, but we had a lot of fun. And the crew who ran the show, the Vertex crew, said that it went really well. They were really happy, they were really pleased, and the audience were really, really interactive. It went really well. I was really happy in the end. We had lots and lots of fun, and people were calling out some really great, funny stuff. So, all in all, I had a magnificent, wonderful time. And that evening, the artists, everybody from there, not just the crew who were involved, not just the speakers, everybody went for drinks and food, and that went on way late into the evening. So yeah, this was me out the next day recording this. And it took me a couple of days maybe to recover, but yeah, lots of fun. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll speak to you later.